All right, it's crappie time. We're gonna go ahead and try to do a crappie catch and cook. There's some really big crappie in this lake, and we're gonna see if we can't get a couple, cook them up and eat them. Oh, that was a bass. Oh, there's a little bass right there. But we're gonna see if we can't get a couple crappie. We've been catching them throughout the trip. We just been letting them go because we've been bass fishing and haven't been wanting to keep a bunch of crappie. There's also like supposedly really high mercury levels in this lake, and they don't recommend eating a lot of fish out of here, so that's why we've been letting them go. But today's the day that we're gonna go ahead and catch some and bring them back and cook them up. Crappie is by far probably my favorite, or I wouldn't say by far. Crappie is one of my favorite fish to eat, and they're delicious. So in this water, we're gonna see how they taste. Senior's over here, sees the crappie. We're gonna see if he can't catch it. He's got a little underspin swim bait on that we've been catching fish with this entire trip. What's weird about these crappie on beds is that they're super finicky. They've been finicky this whole time. You've got to really just jig it in front of their face and get them really mad until they just kind of bite it out of an anger bite instead of just protecting their eggs. Because it's weird, they're not protecting their eggs at all. They're kind of just letting you get up on them, throw your baits on their eggs and stuff, and trying to film here. Ducks, dang, and geese. Honkers down there. You got him? He got him. Let me get. Oh, we don't got a net. Ah, he didn't really pull him up enough for me to try to grab him. So that's a good sign. That looked like a big crappie right there.
Yeah, they're pretty big. He's right there, guys. Kind of hard to see. It's the same one I just hooked.
Oh, he bit it. I almost hooked him.
Flip them. Aiden just hooked up. Look at these crappie. Look at the size of these crappie. You're gonna have to flip them. Uh-oh, we're gonna hit back here. So there it is, guys. These docks, everywhere you see a pole pretty much has a little crappie bed. They come in here by the thousands. Taking a few off beds is not an issue here. And they look like this.
This one's one of the smaller ones, but it's still one. That's a good one. Look at that. That's probably 1.5 pound crappie right there. Big fish. Let's get a length on them. Everybody always likes getting lengths on their crappie. So we'll see just kind of what we're dealing with here. 13-inch crappie.
13?
Yeah, this is one of the smaller ones we've caught this trip too, and it's 13 inches. There's some big crappie in here. Let's get some more. All right, here, Senior gonna try his luck at this crappie. Sees one by this pole here. He tried this one last time. Got him. Senior got him. Oh, this one's aggressive. He's fighting. Nice. There's a nice one.
Just like I was saying, they're right there next to those poles, and then their beds are right there. If you just keep dropping a little lure or something in there, they finally get annoyed because they think it's a little fish biting their eggs, and that's how you get them.
Everybody always goes by length on crappie. 13?
13 inches.
Same. That's a nice crappie.
There we go.
So the state record, like this. So the state record crappie just got caught out of this lake, literally like probably a couple weeks ago. State record, I think it's a black crappie, is a little over 4 pounds. That's absolutely insane, a 4-pound crappie. But just like I think 2 days ago it was. 2 days ago I caught literally like a little over a 2-pound crappie. So there's some really big crappie in here. I think we've caught a couple crappie that are pushing the 2-pound mark, but I put one on scale and it was a 2-pound crappie. So those are going to be some nice eating crappie, and they're really good sized ones too. I used to think that the ones we're catching at Lake Mead were just absolutely massive, but there's a lot of big ones out here. And don't get me wrong, the ones at Lake Mead are big, but I think we're going to catch a lot bigger ones here. We see a really big crappie right here. It's a big one. He's right down there. This water is extremely hard to see, and these crappie are very hard to see. Let me see if this helps at all. Made it worse.
Oh, he bit it.
You got him?
He bit it. He's not liking it on the bed.
So all we're doing right now is just holding onto these poles by the docks here, and keeping ourselves a nice little way away from the crappie so that they don't spook off the bed. And we're just holding ourselves here. and trying to catch him. So he already bit once. See if we can get him again. Senior just lost him. That was a big one. Dang it, right when I wasn't filming.
We need the net. These guys, that just rips right out of their mouth.
Yeah, these crappie have like paper mouths. That was a good one. We'll find a big one. He might even go back on his bed right now.
Yeah, he'll be back.
One thing about fishing for crappie is they have very, very thin skin on their mouths. A lot of people call them paper mouths because if you rip on them too hard or fight them too long, their mouths will rip and you'll lose them. It's a weird thing about crappie. They got just such thin skin in their mouths that it's wild. It's really wild. Well, that fish took a while to catch, but you finally got him. Wow, that's a nice one.
Yeah, it took a while.
Here, let's get him away and let's weigh him just to see what their size is. Is he blind? That's why it took so long to catch him?
Oh, he is blind.
You've hooked him like 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be why it took so long. Oh, 14 inches. Let's weigh him just to see. I'm curious.
Should we eat him or let him go? He's a blind guy.
Yeah, we could eat him. It's still fine because he's blind. Alright, let's just get a weight on him just to see. I'm curious. This guy's heavy. A 167 crappie. So sweet, almost 2-pounder. He ate it.
Got him. Flip him, flip him, flip him quick.
Oh, that's a big one. Wow.
It's hard to flip those guys.
Yeah, this is a big one right here. Holy cow. Nice. That's a... Take these off. They look weird. That's a nice looking crappie. He bit it on the very first drop, right by his bed. I put it right in front of his face, and he just gulped down that swim bait. This one's a big one right here. This is a quick length on him then. Another about 14 incher. That's a big crappie. Wow. There we go. Let's get another one.
Will he take it?
Ooh.
Oh, he bit.
Get a quick little gulp. Got him.
In the boat.
Alright, there's another nice one right there. We got plenty right now. We're just gonna go ahead and just keep what we're gonna eat for lunch. We got a lot of family back at the hotel, and they're all gonna be eating some crappie for lunch today.
This is where we've been launching. A tiny little ramp. Adrian's pretty good at backing up, so it's not really an issue.
We're headed back to the hotel, do a little bit of catch and cook here. Car's loud. Those crappie are gonna be amazing. Alright, we're back at the hotel now. Got all the crappie. We ended up just keeping 5, just enough for lunch. We're not gonna keep more than we need. We're literally at a hotel, can't freeze them right now. But they're really nice looking crappie. All 1.5 pound, 2-pound crappie. I'm gonna go ahead and fillet them really quick. And then we got a little air fryer with us. So I'm gonna cook some how I normally do and try to air fry some, see how it turns out. It's been a while.
My supervisors, I would be driving to.
Needed a coffee break. So all I'm doing right now is after I've got my fillets done, like you see there's a nice crappie fillet, I'm just patting them dry a little bit. They could still be a little wet, but if you pat them dry, they take to the seasonings a little better and it's a little bit easier to cook them. Alright, now we're gonna do our seasonings. We're at a hotel, so literally we just gotta use what we're working with. We're gonna be cooking with butter. We got onion powder. What is this? Granulated California garlic, black pepper, and adobo powder. So we'll make it work. I'm probably gonna throw a little bit of everything, I guess. Throw a little bit of everything on it and see how it turns out. Crappie's a good fish, so you don't need to season it very heavily. Black pepper, onion powder,
Yeah.
granulated garlic. All right, since we seasoned the one side pretty heavily, we're just gonna rub them together, and they'll even out all the seasonings. So now we're gonna brown some butter. We're using an electric stove here, so I don't even know how the heck we're supposed to use this, but we're browning some butter right now. Yeah, we'll let this butter melt for a little bit. So while we let that butter melt, we got an air fryer, and we're gonna do a little bit of experimentation with the air fryer. We preheat it to 400 degrees. We're gonna put a little bit of oil on these fillets, same seasonings, and just see how it turns out. So I thought it was gonna be a spray. It's a little.
So if you're watching this video, just know that we filmed a whole bunch of bass videos here in Clearlake. We caught some big bass. He broke his PB, I broke my PB. Go check those out. This is like a 4 or 5 video series. We haven't figured it out yet, but we'll edit those. Check those out. Check this out. Check them all out. It's a good time.
Cold dirtbags.
After we put a little bit of oil, it's just gonna be the same seasonings, and we're gonna put in there and let it cook. I'm just gonna set these fillets in the air fryer really quick, and it'll be interesting to see how they turn out. Man, the thing's sizzling in there. Let's see how air frying works. Perfect. The butter's almost all the way melted. It's looking good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this butter just brown a little bit. You let it cook, and once it starts to brown, that's when you add your fish. It's a very fast process. Once it starts to cook about halfway through, flip it and let it cook on the other side.
Surprising. The fish is curling inside there. Look at that.
It's frying it up.
Got the old fry curl.
I flipped those over really quick. You gotta flip them about halfway through the cooking process.
Nice and flipped. Look at that. Deliciousness getting ready to be served. Adrian over here. I'm filming now, helping him out. Maybe cooking it up. We're on vacation. We're gonna eat good. Look who showed up, the taste tester. You ready to take some fish?
Yep.
Juju was out there slaying the bass on this trip.
I didn't break my PB, but I caught a bunch that were close to it.
Oh yeah, your PB is what, like 3.5 or something?
Yeah, but the average fish I was catching was like 3 pounds, so it's pretty close, but I didn't break it yet.
You might break it tonight.
Yeah, hopefully I break it today though.
Alright, looks like it's done. Oh yeah, it's hot in there. That stuff looks flaky. Oh yeah. Looks great. Okay, here we go. I've never used an air fryer. We just got these air fryers, and we've been experimenting with them a little bit, and if they're good, I mean, you're not using any oil or anything, this is a very healthy way to cook, just seasonings. So if this turns out great, I mean, if you're on a diet or something, this is by far probably one of the healthiest ways you can eat it. Okay, there it is. See, the problem, I'm cooking this fish over here. The problem is that this thing's not getting hot. It's not getting hot enough to just cook it like I normally cook it. Because normally when I cook a crappie fillet, or any fillet for that matter, it's very fast. Maybe a minute or 2 minutes and the fillet's done. I pretty much have to slow cook it here, so we'll see how it turns out. But this looks great. Looks really good. There we are. It's all plated up. Did you taste the fish? No?
You better do it on camera.
Oh yeah, it's filming.
Oh, yeah, I haven't had a crappie in a while, so we'll see. But
see, this one's the air fryer right here.
Feels like it just melts in your mouth. That's pretty dang good. I haven't crappie in a while, so this crappie's pretty dang good.
Air fried one's amazing. And the sauteed one, both really, really good. Wow.
Jeez, that's insane.
10 out of 10. Crappie, it's a very tasty fish. I'll tell you guys what, it's just got a good flavor to it. Really good fish. Okay, I was making sure you're recording. It's a really good fish. The air fryer was good. I'm gonna have to experiment a lot with the air fryer, cooking fish with it and stuff. And like I was saying, the beauty of an air fryer is it's just very, very healthy. No grease, no oils, no butter, nothing but your seasonings and the fish. And with how that turned out, it's absolutely amazing. Tastes great. 10 out of 10. What do you give it?
I'd say 10 out of 10 too. It's pretty dang good. It's some of the best fish I've had. I mean, it's pretty dang good.
Nice little presentation here. We made little salads and on these nice little white plates. Turns out great. And I mean, the presentation when we set it all up nice on the plate. If I'd have got that at a restaurant, I'd think it'd look great. I eat with my eyes first, as they say. It looks great, smells great, tastes great. 10 out of 10.